Okay, Hannah, this is for you. I already started and said the main point, but then I remembered that I was going to videotape this for you. Say hi to the class. There they are. This is for Hannah. Okay. We were talking on Act 4, Scene 3, where Henry gives his soldiers a chance to leave, and he would pay their way. If they looked at the numbers and they did not want to fight, they could leave. Okay? And then he continues to say, let him depart, his passport shall be made, and crowns for convoy put into his purse. We, meaning Henry, all right, we would not die in that man's company that fears his fellowship to die with us. Okay? If he doesn't want to be fighting there, if he's afraid to die, Henry doesn't want to be fighting next to him. Okay? Why not? Jordan?
Maybe because he didn't want the soldiers to make him more scared.
Good. Yeah, because one could certainly affect the whole group. Very good. What else? What else? There has to be a trust thing between soldiers, right? And basically say, I don't want to fight next to a guy who doesn't trust me. I don't want to fight next to a guy whom I cannot trust. Okay? Why does there have to be that trust bond between soldiers? Yeah.
Because they have to rely on each other in battle.
Exactly. They have to have each other's backs. They have to. All right? Very good. Okay. So then we start the St. Crispin speech. Now, this is going to be part of our writing project. When you get into AP Lang and AP Lit, you'll have to look at different genres, all right, and compare and contrast, all right? So we have a speech, and even though it is rhythmic, it's not necessarily considered a poem, even though it does have rhythm. And we're going to compare it to an actual poem, all right? I think I said Dylan Thompson, but that's a different poem. No, this one is by Wilfred Owen, all right? So we're going to watch the speech, okay? And then we're going to talk about your assignment, okay? So I'm going to cut this off and then pick it back up on when we do the assignment, okay?
Where is the king? The king himself is rode to view their battle.
Of fighting men, they have full 300,000.
That's 5 to 1. Besides, they are all fresh.
'Tis a fearful odds. Oh, that we now had here but 10,000 of those men in England that do no work today.
What's he that wishes so? My cousin Westmoreland? No, my fair cousin. If we are marked to die, we are enough to do our country loss. And if to live, the fewer men, the greater share of honor. God's will, I pray thee, wish not one man more. Rather, proclaim it, Westmoreland, through my host, that he which hath no stomach to this fight, let him depart. His passport shall be made, and crowns for convoy put into his purse. We would not die in that man's company that fears his fellowship to die with us. This day is called the Feast of Crispian.
Follow along either on the back of a paper that I gave you or in your book, okay? On one of the papers I gave you, it's the one that describes the assignment. It's on the back of that one, or you could follow along in your books, okay? Either one, but follow along in this.
That outlives this day and comes safe home will stand at tiptoe when this day is named, and rouse him at the name of Crispian. He that shall see this day and live old age will yearly, on the vigil, feast his neighbours and say, tomorrow is St. Crispin's. Then will he strip his sleeve and show his scars, and say, these wounds I had on Crispin's day. Old men forget, yet all shall be forgot, but he'll remember with advantages what feats he did that day. Then shall our names, familiar in their mouths as household words, Harry the King, Bedford and Exeter, Warwick and Talbot, Salisbury and Gloucester, be in their flowing cups freshly remembered. This story shall the good man teach his son, and Crispian shall ne'er go by from this day to the ending of the world, but we in it shall be remembered. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers, for he today that sheds his blood with me shall be my brother. Be he ne'er so vile, this day shall gentle his condition. And gentlemen in England now abed shall think themselves accursed they were not here, and hold their manhoods cheap, while Denny speaks that fought with us upon St. Crispin's Day. My sovereign lord, bestow yourself with speed. The French are bravely in their battle set, and will with all expedients march upon us. All things are ready if our minds be so.
Perish the man whose mind is backward now.
Thou dost not wish more help from England, coz?
God's will, my liege. Would you and I alone, without more help, can fight this royal battle?
You know your places. God be with you all.
Once more I come to know of thee, King Harry, if for thy ransom thou wilt now compound before thy most assured overthrow.
Who hath sent me now?
The Constable of France.
I pray thee bear my former answer back.
Bid them achieve me, and then sell my bones. God, God! Why should they mock poor fellows thus? Let me speak proudly. Tell the constable, we are but warriors for the working day. Our gayness and our guilt are all besmirched with rainy marching in the painful field. But by the mass, our hearts are in the trim. Herald, save thou thy labour. Come thou no more for ransom, gentle herald. They shall have none, I swear, but these my joints, which, if they have, as I shall leave them, shall yield them little. Tell the constable.
I shall, King Harry. And so fare thee well. Thou never shalt hear herald any more.
Okay, I'm going to pause there. I just want to talk a little bit more about the assignment, and then we'll go back, okay, to watching. Just a little bit of FYI. When they were filming this, they waited like a week. Had all the crews in out there because they wanted to film it on Agincourt, but they wanted to film it kind of so it could be the most like the day, October 25th. All right? So let's look at the assignment. Comparing and contrasting two genres, that's a common thing. And so you're going to read both of these carefully. So I gave you, you should have 3 papers. Does everybody have 3 papers? Okay. Anyway, you're going. One of them is a copy of the poem Dulce et Decorum Est, and then there are notes on the back page to help you with terminology. All right, or the back side of that poem to help you with terminology. Okay. On the assignment paper, you have Henry's speech on the back side. Okay. So I kind of give you a step-by-step there. You're going to read the speech and the poem carefully, and then think about the literary devices, big general literary devices, tone, imagery, point of view, diction. What's diction? Excuse me?
Word usage?
Yeah, the words that were chosen. Okay. So diction, and then poetry device or poetic device, and then the mood of the poem and the speech. Okay. Then you're going to fill in the chart. What's the same about them with regards to these big areas of thought? Do they have the same tone? Do they have the same mood? Or are the tones and moods different? And if so, what are the tone and what tones? What are the moods of this? Okay, give us the picture created. All right. What kind of think about what kind of picture Henry creates here in his speech, and then think about what Wilfred Owen, the picture he depicts. All right. Compare and contrast that. Okay. Now, folks, just a guess. Make a guess. How many men left?
Close to none.
0. Nobody left. Nobody took him up on that. Okay? So what was it about that speech? Okay? Even though he said he would pay their way. Okay? Now, we don't know if Henry actually said that, but it had to be something pretty profound to get everybody to stay. Okay? So you fill that in, and folks, I'm not going to check this, but it's a good way to work out your thoughts. All right? So I highly suggest you use that. Then decide if the poems are the poem and the speech compare or contrast more. Okay? Then fill in the following occasion, position, and mapping with the subordinate conjunction whereas. So on here, I've given you a spool sheet to kind of help you write your essay. Okay? On the occasion, position, the very first word I want you to use is whereas. Okay? That's a good word to set up a compare and contrast. Okay? Questions for this? Everybody understands what they're going to be doing? Awesome. I have built in some work days. But you're going to want to read this and read it carefully, okay, on your own. Good, sir.
When is it due?
When is it due? When we take the Henry test in March.
Okay.
I think that second or the first full week of March. Okay? It's on your calendar. Right? But this is the essay for that test. Okay?
It's due on the 8th of March.
Thank you. 8th of March, Alec. Okay? So when you put in your heading, go ahead and type in March 8th. Okay? That's when it'll be due. Okay? Any other questions? Okay. On question 3, on your Act 4 questions, we talked about Henry's greatest fear, and then the second question was, how did he dispel this fear in his conversation with Montjoy, in front of everyone? In front of everyone. How does he dispel that fear? Yeah.
How long do you want it to be?
asking a question about this. That's a question for the essay. Okay, fill out the spool sheet and you'll be fine. Go.
Well, he kind of just tells like Mountjoy to like kind of like back off, and he's like, I'm not gonna, like, I don't want you to come here anymore. Like, I'm not gonna ransom myself.
There's no way. There's no way I'm going to ransom myself. And he swears it. I swear, in front of everyone. Why did he have to do that in front of everyone? Remember the last time Mountjoy showed up in front of everyone and tried to spread dissension? Yeah.
He was trying to like discourage the men and say that Henry, as soon as things get like tough, that he's just gonna ransom himself. But it's also the men's biggest fear.
Right. Because he kind of planted that seed. So in front of all of his men, he's going to say, I swear, I'm not going to ransom myself. Okay? Plus, then he adds, and when you come, if you want to take the bones, I'm going to fight so hard today that what's ever left isn't going to be worth much. So you may try to sell my bones back to England, but they won't be worth much. Okay? All right, let's finish some more. Okay, maybe we can get into some heat of battle here.